Now let's talk about the IELTS listening test. What would be your advice on how to stay focused when taking the IELTS listening test?
A few things really here. Use the time available during the test. There is time. Time for checking answers, time for reading questions, in between the different parts of. Do use that time. Use it to reset and refocus your mind. Do use it to check the answers and preliminarily check what the questions are going to be. But you can use those little breaks as a reset if you feel your mind is becoming distant or not focused. Use those little bits of time. Try and use the context and the situation of the speakers that you are listening to help guide you through the listening. It's common that candidates will get lost, is an expression that we hear a lot. I got lost in the listening. Now, if a candidate does get lost, if they lose focus and just, where am I? What is going on? They really need to refocus as quickly as they can. They can use questions and the key words within the questions. They're listening for sort of paraphrasing of keywords, different word forms of those keywords. And they're often stressed and they're often repeated as well within a listening test. So those can be a good marker to bring a candidate back on track if they get lost.
How can a candidate score 8.5 in IELTS listening?
That's a difficulty. It is possible, of course, everything is possible. My understanding, although it never stays exactly the same test on test, but my understanding is that a candidate would need to achieve something along the lines of 37 or 38, perhaps even 39 out of 40. You know, we're looking at a 95% success rate with answers. So, two things really, three things perhaps. Number one, don't forget the first part of the test is the easiest part of the test. So candidates really should be looking for 10 out of 10 for part one and as close to 10 out of 10 as they can for the part two of the listening test. Those are the two easiest sections. If a candidate does lose marks early on in those easier sections, it is more difficult to get them back as the test goes on. The listening becomes progressively more difficult. Be very, very careful of transferring your answers onto the answer sheet. That's a must. It's all very good getting 40 correct answers and hearing the correct answer, but if a candidate is going to lose 1 or 2 marks because they're making a mistake while transferring the answer, then it's going to be very challenging to achieve an 8.5.